Hello, lovelies, and welcome to this week's episode. We're going to be talking about all things weaning and what babies scoff in, and she is a good scoffer, as well as how we plan to tackle big transition from our bedroom to her own bedroom. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Blabbering, a week-by-week glimpse into a couple stumbling through life with a newborn.
I'm Tilly.
And I'm Dan.
Each week over dinner,
You'll learn Tilly is quite the feeder.
we'll discuss the realities of raising our baby, talking through the highs, lows and honest confessions of this thing called parenting.
Parenting won't be easy, but let's at least laugh about it. This is Blabbering.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, good morning. Actually, it's the morning for us.
Yeah, so I think Tilly's going to be bringing the energy. This is about as much energy as again for me, and it'll slowly tail throughout the episode.
They're both pretty pooped this week. So we'll get into wine a bit, but I had my night off last night, so I'm feeling a little bit more rejuvenated than you are.
Yeah.
Just
By night off, she means she got to sleep in the spare room, and I have baby.
Yeah, you just bring her in for like one feed during the night.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Oh.
Although I always...
Doesn't come in.
Yeah, I'm not very good at staying still. But yeah, how's your week been? Let's jump into it.
Oh, this is from being tired. You can't really remember where things start and end. How's my week been? I think it's been alright. You tell me, how have I been?
I think you felt better. You've definitely felt less down
Yeah, so...
and less overwhelmed this week.
So, I talked most of our discussions on this podcast are just to do with trying to create routine with a baby, which is actually impossible to do. And so I just gave up. And let the baby control what time she fucking wanted to sleep. And I just decided that I was going to make sure that I had whatever I wanted to do near enough, that if she fell asleep, I could just crack on with those things rather than trying to structure them at times. And so, yeah, surrender is the key. Surrender.
Yeah. I'd also think, like, I know you obviously can get a baby into routine. You can do it, but it's a lot of work. And you have to, like sacrifice not doing other things, work into a routine. Same with most things with the baby. But also, I think it's okay if they're not in a routine now, because once she's going to nursery, she's going to have to be in a routine. She should be in an enforced routine. Yeah. So there's a couple more months of not being in a routine, not worried. The rest of her life's going to be a routine. So,
yeah.
I think what have you done this week?
This morning, I nearly succumbed. I nearly broke the emergency glass. When she woke up at 5:30 and I was tired as fuck. I was so close.
You want to put dancing fruit?
Yeah. To going downstairs and just whacking dancing fruit on. I was there like, she doesn't go to sleep. The dancing fruit on. And then I found our little swirly light thing. And that just gave me half an hour to just, where you do that's kind of, when you wake up in deep sleep, and if you kind of like roll around with your eyes closed a bit, eventually you kind of are awake, as it were, at 6.
Yeah.
And so that gave me half an hour, and then she started just kicking me. And I was like, okay, fine, fair enough.
It's funny, like, you never used to be that bad at waking up, but since having her, you've really struggled with waking up, haven't you, in the morning? Obviously, you're so more tired.
Just so fucking tired, love.
I know, but
when it comes around at like 5, I'm like, no, I can go till 9 if you let me. But also, it's not like I've got. When I used to wake up at 5, I had a plan to go do things. Now I just wake up and it's like, I'm just gonna be. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be awake.
Just got to be awake. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just now awake. And so there's no sense of urgency. There's no sense of purpose. You're just awake and you're tired. So you're like, why am I awake and tired?
Well, that's why I try and get us out for a walk most days. Quick chat.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's open the curtains. Let's go for a walk. I think once you've done that, you're like, cool, my day's begun. That's fine, I think.
But I think I'm not as awake as I make out even when I used to get like up at 5 and go do things.
No, you're sort of...
take me a while. Like I'd get to the gym and I'd spend 20 minutes taking a shit just because. So I'd get to the gym for 5, but I'd be on the loo for 20 minutes, being like, oh, am I ready to go do this? Yeah, all right, let's go do this. And then I'd go do my workout. But irrespective of, I'm happy to get up early. It usually takes me about half an hour to adjust to the fact that I'm and mobile. You're trying to be in the video. You're not meant to be in the video, baby girl. Oh, you're a cheeky.
I want to be a star, Daddy.
Yeah. Let's get you a little Mexican wrestling mask. So
Auntie Aaron's going to get you a balaclava, your little cashmere balaclava.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this week's been pretty good. I mean, let's see. Let me think. Monday, yeah, I think Monday was very good. Tuesday was pretty good. Wednesday, did anything happen on Wednesday?
I was in work.
Yeah, you're in work. Again, day was fine. I am happy to see you when you come back. I'm like, yeah, she can now just sit on the boob and I can go into another room and do something. And then, yeah, Thursday, Mum was round. Friday, yeah, I think it was all. Friday was a bit harder because I did have things that I needed to do, and so it was harder to just surrender to her routine. Because it's like, well, I need to cook because I was going over to a friend's and we were cooking different dishes, and so I was there trying to cook certain things, and she was just like, nah, I need you to pay attention to me, and I was like, no, mate. No, you're meant to be asleep. Are we going to have to pause this, go for a dog walk, and then come back?
You should be fine.
So yeah, how's your week been?
I think it's been better. It's still, again, I can say every week, we're not in a routine at all. But I think we finally thought of a good plan that's actually going to work for us. Time-wise, like getting up at 6 rather than trying to get up at 5 to go to the gym. Get up at 6 and I just palm her off straight away onto you.
Yeah.
And then back by 7:30 and we just go straight for dog walks and I can start work by 8. Well, sometimes I might be back earlier than 7:30, but, I definitely will be able to start it by 8.
Yeah.
Then it means at the end of the day, rather than then being like, cool, go to the gym now, I can just take her from you. Because by that point, you tend to be looking like you're pretty much done. But then you can have an hour or whatever you need to do some bits, like podcast or whatever, before starting out, sort of like doing dinner and things.
Yes, I'd like to say, I think probably all our friends ask us, what's it like, how's your life changed since having a kid? Most of the time, I'm like, there's very little that I'm actually bothered by, but I think routine is a fucker.
Oh God, that's the biggest thing for both of us.
It's like, we've gone from being able to completely dictate our time to just being like, okay, I wanted to do these things, but give up. Let go, surrender, fuck it, it's not happening, move on.
But also, we can't do things concurrently. I think that's the big thing.
Yeah.
So before, we could do I could be like...
Productivity in this household has fallen way down because it's like, it used to be that you would do something and I would do something. So you could be cooking and I could be, doing a dog pick, doing, I don't know, the dishwasher or
just
whatever.
Admin, whatever it is.
Yeah. But now it's like, one of us has to largely be looking after her, maybe trying to do something on the side, but it's so much slower. And then, household productivity has fallen through the floor. So that's I think my biggest lesson for anybody who has yet to have a baby and keeps asking me, what is the thing that you miss the most? Time management is what I miss.
Or just outsource what you can't, like get a cleaner, get a cook. Basically, if you're rich, you're fine.
Yeah. Get a nanny. Outsource that too.
Just do it Victorian style. Just kiss them goodnight. Get on with the day.
Give them a kiss good morning. Wish them a lovely day. Give them a kiss good night.
Yeah. That's all you need, isn't it? They do more than that. Needy fuckers.
Yeah.
I think like you, I've sort of hit a level now. I'm sort of like, just sit down. I'm done with sort of fighting it. So I'm trying to figure out what I can do to work along with it. So trying to figure out that routine that actually just disrupts her flow, basically, as little as possible.
Yeah.
So actually, she's really chill and happy first thing in the morning. So that's quite a good time for me to sleep with you. So she's all happy and la 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 la. And then in the evening when she is tetchy, being like, okay, well, we know that's not a good time for me to try and leave and do something. Because I feel like I can't because she's upset and you're really much done with it and you're trying to do things and you're sort of done with trying to not do things around her. So she'll just let her cry out. Well, no, it's not me. Just gets you're done.
Yeah.
It's okay. Well, let's not try and fight that. Let's be like, okay, how can we work with this?
Yeah.
Let's accept. Oh, yes. So yeah, I think this week's been alright. But then we've had a sort of shit time when it comes to pets in our life this weekend, haven't we?
Yeah. So your best friend Erin, her cat's gone missing.
I know, little Greg. Hopefully by now Greg's been found.
Your mum's dog, Sid.
Yeah, Sidley has... Well, we don't know what's wrong. He's not been eating for a week. But he's been vomiting loads, and the thing is like his liver or his pancreas, and it possibly could be cancer because they found a mass. And so he's not currently now on anti-nausea medication and some strong antibiotics to hopefully see if that does anything. And if it doesn't, then we'll just tackle what comes next. But Sid is like mum's bubba.
Yeah.
They're very, very attached. So I really hope it's nothing's wrong. And then your family
My
dog.
mum's baby.
Yeah, your mum's baby.
Kobe, my dog that we got old.
Well, he's 14 years old, isn't he?
Yes, I must be more. I must be.
You mean
I was
16?
16. I think I was younger than 16.
How old is Kobe? You're 30.
Kobe's like one of those tortoises that you forgot how old they are. It's just like,
What were you doing? Were you at school? Or were you at sixth form?
I didn't think I was in sixth form yet.
Fuck me, he's really fucking old.
Yeah.
So he's like 15 years old.
What? I was doing my GCSEs.
Okay, so he's probably like still 14, he's fucking old. Just for a Labrador.
Yeah, I was doing my GCSEs. Because I remember I was on study leave for my GCSEs
Yeah.
when we first got with the puppy. And so I would be sat studying in the living room to be downstairs to try and help train him. Yeah, I wasn't very good at studying. And he'd get bored, as puppies do, because they need like 5 minutes very regularly of attention, like play and stuff like that. They get tired very quickly, but they get amped up and restore energy very quickly. And so that's not very conducive to trying to learn and study. Because every 20 minutes you're meant to be sort of playing with them for 5 minutes. And so he used to, I'll be there reading my books, he used to just run through and just look dead at me and piss on the curb and then run away. I'm like, fuck's sake. So he's pretty old.
So he's had very good innings.
Yeah, but he's had some sort of a stroke type thing. So he's currently at an emergency vet. You know, there overnight. He stabilised him, but I don't know how much. That's what's next.
No. I think his end is nigh.
Fortunately, so.
So we were just looking at Fatty yesterday. I'm like, don't you fucking dare. You better be fine. But I'm not dealing with a fourth pet.
Pretty solid.
He's very solid.
The more worry is that he'd get stolen.
Yeah.
Because there was or he'd just run off after a squirrel.
Yeah, I mean, when he's locked at home, I'm not worried about that.
Exactly. He's got a high chase drive, so it's likely you lose him to a pheasant and shit.
Yeah. But we've had lots of fun weaning this week, haven't we?
Yes.
So Bubs is starting to eat a bit more now, a bit more regularly. So we're sort of just trying little tidbits. We're still trying to do an evening meal together, and then sort of she might have like try little snacks with her during the day. So she absolutely loves chewing on a spring onion, which is a pretty strong, bold flavour, but it's meant to be quite good for their teething pain. She bloody loved a bit of dried mango, didn't she?
Yeah, so dried fruits are brilliant for weaning. Babies love them. But parents, beware. Dried mango especially. So she holds it in her hand and she just kind of sucks and sucks on it and gnaws on it. She sucks and gnaws. So obviously the gnawing will be very nice for her teeth. And as she gnaws, she'll release lots of flavour. But she drools at the same time. So she starts just rehydrating the mango. And then it becomes really slimy. And so she'll then suck it out of her hand into her throat. So you then just got to be ready to just plunge in with your finger.
Yeah.
And just try and pull this mango out.
She says that the few vegetarian food doesn't she? Like, we do sort of mainly baby-led weaning. So she's feeding herself most of the time. We do a bit of like puree and feeding her, but most of the time she's feeding herself. Just because for us, we think it's more interesting, a bit more, different textures. I wouldn't want to eat puree all the time. So I assume probably baby wouldn't either. But we know obviously a lot of parents get worried when they do this with a young baby because there is a high risk of choking, obviously.
Yeah.
But I think as long as you're there and watching her, it's fine. But basically, because we realised she loved dried fruits so much, I then went out with her on Friday. I bought like a selection of dried fruits. So she's now got big dried pears, which went down really well. She loves the dried pears. The whole half of a pear dried. Fully dried bananas, but not like the crispy ones. They're like chewy, but they're whole ones, which is quite good to her to hold, I think. They look disgusting. They look absolutely minging. They look like a dog treat sort of thing. So we've not tried them out yet. Then she's got the apple, like little chewy apple rings and that sort of stuff. So it's all fun and games, isn't it?
Yeah.
She had a bit of omelette today. Maybe we'll try some porridge later, but who knows?
She can move on to wefts soon, can't she?
She can have starting meat now, yeah. So we want to make sure we go buy some super good quality meat because we're not massive meat eaters in this house. We don't eat masses of meat.
I'm not shed meat.
Shed meat, car meat, pocket meat. But obviously, any meat we want to compare, we want to make sure it's like good quality. And we realize that's that's a very privileged thing to say. Like we're lucky enough to be able to buy a good piece of meat every now and again.
Eat so little meat that we can.
Yeah, exactly. But
like if we ate meat for every,
we'd have to buy sheep meat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you buy a lot less, you can buy a lot higher.
Yeah. So you found a good butcher that we're going to go to and just get us some like organic grass fed, all that sort of stuff.
Do you want more stuff though, baby girl?
I was thinking if it wasn't so high in salt, something like jerky or biltong would be quite nice to chew on.
Well, we can make it ourselves with the dehydrator.
But it needs salt, doesn't it? That's part of the curing process.
No, I don't think so.
No?
No, because the first time I made it, I didn't use any salt. I didn't make it very well. I literally just dried salt.
Okay. But we look into that then, because I think that could be quite a nice texture again for her to chew on.
Yeah. Then we can post some liver kings to the puppies. So.
There's also that.
Do you want some liver?
Dry
liver. Dried out liver.
Fatty would be like, give it to me.
Give me the liver.
Give me the dry liver.
Give me the liver.
But also, the one thing they do need from 6 months is iron. Everything else they're still getting from the breast milk, but the one thing
liver. Liver's got loads of iron, baby girl.
Yeah.
You mean the liver baby? Liver baby.
We're getting like dragon.
A liver baby. Yeah, you mean a liver baby.
We get your dragon tires. We get your super tans.
Draw on a 6-pack.
Yeah. So yeah, more fun and games.
Get you on the roids.
Absolutely. I mean, she's got roids.
Oh yeah, breast milk.
Growth hormone. Pumping it into her already, don't you worry. Oh, I've got a breast milk that folds itself up inside. Sorted. Some of the triple poopies. What else this week? Does anything happen? Oh yeah, she's been sleeping in her own room. That's quite a big one.
Oh yeah.
So
hence why we're tired.
Yeah, hence why we're tired. We've finally got her like hot ready and she's at a place now we think, she's ready to start moving into her own room. So we're now putting her down in her cot in her room each night. And she tends to, about 7ish, and she tends to stay there pretty well to about 9, half 9. Then she needs another feed and a nappy change, and then she tends to go down to around 2 most nights. But then 2 onwards, she's not having it.
No.
From 2 till like we get up at 6, she doesn't really want to be off you. She's much more clingy for that sort of last 4 hours.
Well, the other issue is we won't spend as much time settling her. Like, obviously, up until 9, we're awake anyway. And so we're willing to sort of spend half an hour getting her into a deep sleep. Whereas, like, you're right over there. Whereas at like 2 a.m, you're not there like, I'll just stay up for half an hour.
Also, I don't have much time of, like, concept of time at that point. Because I don't like looking at my phone because I don't want all the screen stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm sort of just going, I fed her, she's asleep. I feel like she's been asleep for quite a while. But she might not have actually been asleep that long. It might just felt like a long time to me.
Because I've found, like, some nights when I take her, if I do just wake up and just go on my phone for like half an hour, 45 minutes and let her sleep in my arms, it used to be able to transition her to the next to me.
Yeah.
Obviously, I absolutely fuck my sleep because then my body's completely awake at 2 and I've got to go through that kind of, removing the blue light from my system process and stuff like that. And it means that you have an absolutely shit second half of the night.
Which basically what we need to do is be better people and like read a book by red light at that time.
It's really hard to stay awake reading.
Or like audio book.
Especially red light. That's even hard. You don't even need to have your eyes open for that.
Mm-hmm.
You need to just get up, do some press ups, but then you're not holding it.
No.
Problems.
Do some squats or holding it.
Yeah. Do breath work.
Yeah. And so my mum's been there telling us, like, do the crying out method, like, just leave her.
Yeah.
And like, there's nothing wrong. Like, I know a lot of people do the crying out method and it works for them. And like, from the research we've done, there isn't any proven long-term issue with doing it. But just something doesn't quite sit right with us yet about doing it. I think we're getting to that stage where it's sort of...
I think we need to work out when, because you've got to accept that, there's going to be a weekend or longer, like a long weekend of pretty shit sleep.
Yes.
And just make sure that we do it in the way that's least impinging, as it were.
Yeah.
Because, like, obviously there's varying degrees of ignoring.
Yeah.
Like, some people just go in the room, let the baby completely cry and just, like, watch them on a monitor. And
Yeah.
other people will go into the room, look at the baby, walk straight out, make sure the baby's seen them, then they walk out. Other people will go in, will talk to the baby. Other people will go in, touch the baby. But, like, the main rules, don't pick up the baby.
Yeah.
But obviously there are all these other, like, steps that reassure but slow your baby's progress.
Also, I think, like, the difference in your baby's cries by this stage. So, like, the other night when she woke up, she was making noises and stuff, but she clearly wasn't in a distress cry.
Yeah.
She did that for a while, and then sort of we decided we'd go pick her up anyway after a while. And then then sort of realised after that was a mistake, we shouldn't have done that. Probably should have just left it for a bit longer.
But that's the other thing. We probably need to speak to our neighbours and just be like...
Yeah, I definitely think we should do that.
We should try and speak to them this weekend or next week and just sort of say, look, next weekend...
You're going to hear a lot of crying.
It's going to be...
I apologise.
A war on sleep.
I don't know this outside over have another house. I'm like, just maybe go to your other house.
Yeah, just go to your London house.
Or put some earplugs in.
Yeah.
And
the other thing that we've realised is we're incredibly privileged in that we have a spare bedroom. So we can divide and conquer.
Yeah.
And because we've got, she's got 2 parents.
Yeah.
Enough in that regard.
I will definitely need earplugs though, because when she's crying downstairs, I can't sleep through it.
Yeah, I know. But what I mean is one of us can do...
We can tag team each night,
we can split nights. We can work out how we want to do it.
Yeah.
So, because it might be that we decide either night on, night off, or we might do like the first part one of us takes because we know she sleeps, and the second part the other one takes, and we switch the next night. Because it's the second part that's the issue, it's not the first part.
Yeah.
So almost be like going back to our original sleep during the first few weeks when I was up 8 till 2, and then you were 2 till 8.
No, I'd do the first half of the night.
Yeah. Then I'd get up at 2, 3 in the morning.
You were struggling to stay awake late enough, so I'd stay awake. Yeah, I think maybe this week I discuss with work, is there a point coming up in the next few weeks where I can take like a Monday, like a Friday and a Monday off?
Yeah.
Because although I could work, I'm probably not going to be particularly productive on those days.
With your mum taking her on Thursday night, probably best that...
She might not take her because of Sid.
Okay.
So we're going to play it. It's unlikely, I think, that'll happen this week because of Sid.
Okay, that's fine. Because that's the other thing. The first night, obviously, she's going to be on... After the first night, she's going to be really fucking tired. And so, if we can go into it, if we can farm off the first night, us be fucking rejuvenated because she's not been there, so we slept like a log. She comes into it tired. We come into it fucking fighting fresh. We're winning the battle. But the worry is the war of attrition. She sleeps during the day, we don't. So she needs to be on the back foot.
Maybe we just need to do some napping during this as well. Maybe we need to be in daytime napping.
We're so bad at it, love.
We are.
And again, it's really hard for us because she doesn't have any routine. And you and I, to go to sleep, we need to do things. We need to like set the place up so we go to sleep. Like we need to close curtains. We need to,
we can sort of make her sleep at certain times. Like we know when she's getting tired. We can go, okay, she's getting tired. Let's go upstairs, shut the curtains, all get into bed. We could do that.
Yeah.
It's not always sort of like, okay, well, let's just get some stuff done. And then we end up like being on the sofa with her or something.
Yeah.
So we could. Just accept that we're going to get shit all done for 4 days. Like pre-make meals. Get it all. Let's set ourselves up.
The war on sleep.
Yeah.
As that American guy likes to say. Team no sleep.
Does that make sense? But that's what we're sort of gearing up for, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come on. But to be fair to her, like, staying in the room with one feet in the middle, but from 7 till 2, by herself is still a massive step from what she has been doing. So she's doing really well.
Yeah, she's doing great.
We had a fun bath yesterday. You had a boys' night out on Friday.
Yeah.
And
dinner party.
Yeah, it's fine. That's how you party when you're 30. And we had a girls' night, although it really wasn't girls' night. She went to bed at 6:30, so it's just me by myself. But, you know, I had a nice takeaway. And
Solo without Zolo.
Yeah. And then she woke up super early, like 5 o'clock she was up on Saturday. So I was like, cool, let's get up and clean the bathroom. So we cleaned the bathroom and had a bubble bath together.
And she drank a lot of that water.
Not a lot. Not a lot.
She just
she did it a couple times. I was like, okay, let's just lift you out a little bit.
You had it very deep. It was like up to her chin.
I forgot how much it would go up when I got in. So I put her in it and then got in the bathroom and went, oh yeah, I displaced quite a lot of water. But she wasn't in that seat most of the time. Most of the time she was on me.
Okay.
And we were just playing with the toys together. It was just like when I was getting her in and out.
We've got a little bath seat thing she can sit in.
It's a little suckers on.
Yeah, and so we've also now I've got a big cement bucket so that can go in. Because the problem was you'd fill a whole bath when you actually only needed like a third of it to be, well, less, like a quarter of it to be full.
Yeah.
And so we've got a cement bucket now that's like a 72-litre cement bucket that we can fill the water and then she sits in it. And that's better for our hot water because we don't actually have enough hot water to fill like a whole bath.
Our bath was not that warm when we were together. I think it was like 34.
Yeah, you've got to kind of put the hot water on for like half an hour before you go on the bath.
I did as well when I was cleaning the bathroom. Yeah, it was pretty lukewarm. But we had fun still. Sure. I was pretty tired yesterday. You were pretty tired after your lads' night on the dinner.
Yeah.
And then we had fun travelling around seeing our
families with their ailing pets.
Yeah, so we helped Erin post up posters for wee Greg, and then went to see your mum.
Yeah.
And today we're seeing your auntie.
Hi guys, thank you very much for listening. We really appreciate it. And if you're enjoying it, please let us know by leaving a review or sending us some feedback. The email is blabberingpod@gmail.com. We'd love to hear your stories, any feedback, any news, any thoughts. Also, you can find us on Instagram. The handle is blabberingpod. We're active on there as well, so you could DM us. And yeah, if you've got 5 seconds, please leave a rating. If you've got a bit more, please leave a review. The words are very helpful. And give us a follow. Cheers. Enjoy the rest of the episode.
She's had some weird posts. I just about her scats. I think that's enough.
Okay. We'll have to work hard to try and make them entertaining.
I mean, we can talk about how gross they were. It's fucking entertaining, quite frankly.
Yeah, okay. So, I do have quite a good scat chat.
Skiddly up. Scat chat.
So, as you guys know, with my being on shared parental leave, i.e. me being the primary caregiver, not the sole, as I keep saying.
Yeah.
With my tits
Let's
that I feed her.
I'm still here during the day most days. Sorry, if you don't see my arm moving up and down, so I'm waving a blanket to try and entertain.
I said that I'm really bad at trying to multitask. I need to just be focusing on one thing at a time. So I like to give a thing my undivided attention. While my wife just waves a blanket and tries to listen to me.
I can do these things. I'm a woman.
And so I had the little things that I do still do is I've got a like call for a sort of startup thing that I'm involved in, and that just happens once a week. And so I was on this call, on a video call, and we were talking about something, and it was something that actually they kind of required my input, and then I just heard this.
Yeah.
And just watched her face deflate. And she just kind of goes,
yeah, sweet relief.
And then I was like, oh, fuck. She hadn't pooed for
every day or so.
Yeah, I think it had been a while. I think we were approaching the day and a half point. And so I just had to quickly kind of go on mute, spin my laptop somewhat so they could see my body, but they obviously couldn't see what I was doing. And so she managed to have a full-blown poo explosion where it came out front and out the back.
Nice.
And then when I opened it up, it looked like fucking sagaloo. It was because with her weaning, she's eating all these sorts of weird things, like with skins on, like she'll eat pear, she'll eat, and she can't digest the skins because she can't chew. So she doesn't chew.
She just sucks a bit of skin down.
Yeah. And so it looks like sort of that boiled spinach kind of stuff. So it looked like she'd done a big shitty sagaloo in her pig.
Yeah, she had quite a few of those. She did one the other day. It was when you were doing your creme brulee and you gave it to her and you didn't realize she'd done a poo.
Yeah.
I was giving her a feed. I was like, "You stinky."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, okay." And it was all like after we'd given her some mashed blueberries, I think the day before or something. And so it was just full of all these. Like, it was just no really roughagey nappy, like sort of like lots of like, was it like dark green piss, like liquid that soaked into the nappy, and then just loads of like roughage, like fallen leaves in her nappy, and it's all bitty and stuck to her ass.
Yeah.
You've really got to like clean out their ass well.
Yeah, it looks like, it also looks a bit like, did you ever play on AstroTurf as a teenager?
Yeah, come on, darling.
At schools, it was a big thing, obviously, when we were teenagers. They were creating AstroTurf everywhere.
No, we had real grass.
We had real grass.
And I didn't play any ball sports, so why else would I be on the grass? Really?
Okay, so our school, for whatever reason, we somehow managed to get like one of these 3G turfs because we managed to pitch the council, all this sort of stuff. And so we then ended up partnering with like Wycombe Wanderers to be their sort of
This is
training
boring,
ground.
just carry on.
Anyway, but it has those little rubbery bits, and it also had sand in, so it's like fake grass with like rubbery bits, so it would move like soil under your feet, and then sand so that the rubber would move. And that used to like get in your socks, and if you're wearing shorts, you could find it in your boxers. Not just the sand, but also the rubber pellets, like tiny rubber pellets. That's like it is wiping a nappy. You'll just wipe, and there'll be like little clumps of like little brown and black balls, whereas it used to just be pure liquid. Now it's like grit in her shit.
Yeah. Also, what I found happening now, which isn't technically scat chat, but we feed her. She gets like a messy mouth, and sometimes I just put her straight on the thing because that's what she wants afterwards, and I just get that on my boob. Just smeared food on my boob. Yeah, but then like she had the dried pear, and also it's quite sticky on her face.
Sticky titty.
And then also like the fluff sticks to it. So she came up and there's like fluffy beard.
Just little, what's it called?
Little goatee.
Yeah, little goatee.
It was like a little pear juice and top fluff goatee with a little bit of dog hair in it as well for good measure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, what we do need to talk, what we haven't talked about. Okay, I've thought my low a bit late in the game.
Let's crack on.
Dead rat.
You've heard about our rat problem. You know, we thought finally we got on top of it. Then the other day I was like, our house is smelling fucking funky. And I was like, and you were like, you didn't notice it for a little while.
I knew that there was some sort of smell. I couldn't work out what it was.
I was like, is it the
and
food bin?
I was just willing to move on. I was like,
Then
bad smells didn't work. Ignore it.
But it got worse. And then I was opening up our like Tupperware cupboard. And so I feel like I'm one of those like bull. What's it called?
Switch to me while you tell the story.
What are the bull people called?
Matadors.
That's what. But obviously wrong colour.
Shatador.
And opened it up, and I was like, that cupboard is honking. And there's no food in that cupboard, so it shouldn't be a cupboard that smells. And then other, like, I call them our downstairs cupboard, so there's the cupboard right on the bottom. Also smell. And I was like, there's nothing in here that would go off. And I was like, fuck, it's a fucking dead rat. Oh, gross. But tells me you're a genius way of getting rid of it, which makes me go,
So I need to speak to more people to check if this will work. But I was looking at ways to get rid of. So basically, I then tried to dig out this dead rat. And so this was my issue. So when I first consulted with the male role models within our family circle, the advice I got was either to cement holes or to put poison down. I meant to cement the holes. I never got around to it because that takes DIY work.
But we were both cement today.
Yeah. And then poison them. So I was meant to do both. Now, my main rebuttal to the poison was, but won't it just die in our house? The person just sort of said, oh no, don't worry about it. It'll run off and die somewhere else. I was like, no, but they live under our house. We found the holes that they bury under our house. And we just kind of didn't really come up with anything better. Well, I tried to buy rat traps, but they're incredibly sensitive and just keep going off. So I can't even.
They also got chewed through one of our rat traps.
Well, it was a mouse trap, so it wasn't big enough. So they just kind of chewed through to reach the bait.
Fucking cunts.
So I keep putting this poison down, and they love it. They eat so fucking much of it. But eventually...
Also, we know how many there was, to be fair.
There was a lot of them, but we knew that they were eventually going to die somewhere. And unfortunately, I thought that underneath our... I don't know what the floor is in our kitchen extension before we were here. So they managed to burrow underneath. I don't think it's floor, I don't know what it is. And then they've died under the kitchen floor. And so we can't reach it. So most people are like, oh, I'll just try and extract it. And then other people are like, oh, I'll just turn the heating up and have a really smelly house for a bit.
We'll just go on holiday.
And then very expensive holiday. We've got the heating running the whole holiday and we're not even there. This is atrocious. And then I came up with a more ingenious solution, which is pour maggots down there.
I am not a squeamish person. I'm really not. I'm really just not. The one thing that makes me just, my skin go, ugh, is maggots. Anything sort of maggoty, grubby, it just makes me feel like, ugh.
So go to a bait shop, buy a shit ton of live maggots, pour the maggots down the hole, because I can't reach there. But maggots are really good at smelling out like rotting flesh, and then it'll just nest in there and turn to fly. And people are like, oh, well, then you're going to have a fly problem. No, I can seal the cupboards and I can put loads of fly traps in there, or I can just try and cover the hole. And so what will happen is the maggots will eat all the dead rat, they'll turn into flies, they'll fly up into the cupboard, and then they'll stick to loads of like, fuck it, I'll put a zapper in there, and I can just keep bzz, bzz, bzz.
We've got lots of sticky fly traps.
And then all the flies die, and then that solves the problem.
But then my pops told you there's ones you can get that don't turn into flies.
I'm very dubious of this. I hope they're an actual breed. I don't want to bring in GM maggots into my house. Who knows what that will be?
Well, let's have a little research, because the idea, obviously, if it works, brilliant. But just any idea of like maggots in our house just makes me feel a bit, especially in our kitchen. I'm like,
sure, you prefer flies to maggots, though. My solution, they end up turning into flies. His solution, you will always potentially have maggots underneath your house.
Or they just die.
Yeah.
I don't like either solution, darling.
But they're genetically modified. So
how do you know? You don't know that. You're assuming that.
100-year-old maggots. They crawl under your kitchen.
Like cockroaches.
It'll be a bit like that woman. The woman who ate a fly.
Oh, God. Oh, they end up growing to like the size of a dog. And we have like massive maggots under our house.
The woman who ate a fly. And then she ate a bird to eat the fly. And then
just how it goes.
How does it go? Go on then. Go on then. Go on then.
There wasn't a woman who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die.
Perhaps she'll die. And then basically to kill the fly.
She swallowed a spider to eat the fly. Bigger and chicken and chicken and cider. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. And it carries on until she eats like a fucking cow or something.
Because cows are known for being predators.
Very carnivorous. Did you ever watch that film? It was called like Little Vampire or something. And it was like this kid who moved to the country, and then he came across this like family of vampires, but they didn't eat people anymore. They used to like live off cow blood, so they didn't eat people. But then the cows became vampire cows, and you see these like cows floating through the air with like vampire teeth and glowing red eyes.
Okay.
I think it was called Little.
This is a dream you had.
No, it's not. It's a film. Back me up, people. Comment what it's called. He was an American guy who came to England. There's a little American kid who got moved to England, I think, and they came across like this old vampire family. And they were good. Yeah, they're vampires. They didn't eat people.
Vampires are always in the Midwest. Everyone knows this. The US has a real vampire problem in the Midwest. Trump supporters and vampires. That's all he does.
And Cornwall. I think they went to Cornwall.
To be fair, yeah, Cornwall should have a vampire problem. I love Cornwall. I'm from Cornwall, but it's very fucking remote. That's probably why there's no trains or anything there. The vampires have been lobbying for it.
Yeah.
You want to get here within 5 hours? No. Vampires control
I
this
feel like there's a lot of sunlight.
That's true. So they're probably on the Isle of Skye or some. They're up in.
Or some Scandi country where it's like dark for half the year.
Yeah, they probably live in Shetland.
You're just
Mind
kicking
you, fluffy cows. Fluffy cows hardest to bite.
But can you imagine a vampire Highland coo?
Woo! What else do I want to talk about? I think that was it.
Okay.
Do we have anything?
No, I think that's...
There was something that was on my mind, but never mind. Yes, so that would be us for the week.
All right. So, stay tuned for more ramblings next week.
Adios, amigos.
Bye.
Hi, my lovelies. Thank you for listening. Can you please like, review, and subscribe to our podcast?